And so within all of those layers and within all of that unpacking, what we actually create is a portal. Once the clutter is gone, once we align with the divine within us and all these gateways of information through all of these fields of our potential, what we create is the birth channel, if you like, the womb space and the portal into which we can birth ourselves anew. And
Beautiful.
that to me is the birth of the new earth on an individual basis.
You
And
put that
that's
so eloquently. I totally, that process of sifting through all that ancestry, all the past life stuff, which overlaps the two things, the conditioning from this current lifetime, parents, all that stuff. But, you put that so eloquently, of automatic, basically that is when we start to clear that, it is creating that channel, that portal, because we haven't got all those filters there so much. I just think that's so powerful and beautiful. So
and
we're
as
all
you were
becoming
saying,
channels in our own way.
we're all becoming channels, but what we're also creating in this activated portal of the birth of the new earth. And this comes back to the question you asked me of what am I kind of doing currently now, or how is it for me? I can't quite remember how you worded it, but something like that. Is the frequency change is the necessary bit, if you like. And so
I'm really
what
pleased
we
you brought
do,
that up because, sorry, I just want to ask you a question here before I forget it, because you said that something very simple that you could do was to change the frequency of the space.
Mhm. Yeah.
And I wondered if you could clarify, when you're
Mhm.
talking about the space, are you talking about the internal space, or are you talking about the external, the light surrounding them, what they're connecting into, or both potentially?
Yeah, so all of that and more. Okay, so as we create collectively together these shared spaces of transformation, we open up to more and more light. And so as the higher frequencies of light come in, more becomes possible. So a collective agreement, if you like, is kind of made between lots of councils of light, lots of guidance teams, between lots of different guides to support this awakening time, to support this birth process. And so, from my perspective now, as we create these sacred womb spaces within ourselves, these portals of transformation, so we're talking about our own inner light space of transformation, which we're accessing, but we're also talking about how we come together in honor of each other and support those deeper shifts as we come together in oneness. And so these portal spaces, they're temples of light. And so, what I've been working with over many years now are the creation of these temples. Now, you could think of this as the architecture of the new earth, the sacred architecture that is a kind of foundation piece, if you like, or regardless of what we decide we create, we will create it from this foundation. And it's a sacred space of a particular frequency. It's that frequency of love, it's that frequency of kindness, it's that frequency of tenderness and compassion. And we discover that, don't we, from our own journey of having to be more tender with ourselves in the inner, resistance and patterns within us, having to be more compassionate as a witness to ourselves in our own process. So as we go through this reveal, this shaking off the shadows, this dance of light and dark, we inevitably bring through this sacred architecture within ourselves, if you like,